After Spider-Man became stupid and decides to reveal his identity to the whole world, the Kingpin places a bounty on Peter and his family. However, Peter senses the sniper and pushes Mary Jane out of the bullet's path, saving her. But Aunt May is hit. Extremely angry, Peter immediately runs out of the motel and throws an entire jeep at the shooter. After that, he runs back to Aunt May and desperately swings with her to a hospital. While the doctors try everything to stop the bleeding, Peter suffers silently outside the window until he realizes there is still one thing he needs to do. Peter then puts on his black suit again and swears he will find the one responsible for this. Later, after discovering who it was, Peter calls Fisk, who is currently in prison, and tells him that this is the night of his death. And just as Peter promised, that night he invades the prison, turning on all the lights and opening all the cells until he finally faces the Kingpin with all the prisoners watching. Fisk says that he never expected this to be the place of his final fight, but Peter remains silent, which irritates the Kingpin. Fisk then starts mocking Peter for dodging the bullet like a coward. Suddenly, Spider-Man begins to beat Fisk, still in silence. However, the Kingpin remains standing and continues mocking Peter's desire for revenge, which Peter responds to with even more attacks. Fisk becomes furious that Spider-Man is not talking as usual, but Peter suddenly interrupts and begins a speech about his suit. Peter says that when he wears that suit, there are lines he cannot cross, because doing so could destroy what the suit represents. He then takes off his mask and says, "I'm not here to kill you." Peter Parker moves toward Fisk and begins the fight, humiliating him until he falls to the ground. Peter tells Fisk that he has no real power and that he is just a fat man with an attitude. Furious, Fisk jumps at Peter's neck with all his strength, but Peter dodges everything and knocks the Kingpin down with a single punch. As Fisk lies on the ground murmuring threats, Peter yells for him to get up. When Fisk says he can't, Peter lifts him by the chest and slaps him 10 times in front of everyone. Immediately after, Peter opens Fisk's mouth and threatens to fill his entire body with web, letting him die slowly without oxygen. As Peter begins his count, everyone watches in horror. 1 second before carrying it out, Peter pushes Fisk to the ground. Fisk begs to be killed, but Peter says he will kill him, just not today. Peter finishes by saying that tonight he did something worse. He destroyed Fisk's reputation before leaving the prison and abandoning the Kingpin broken and crawling back to his cell.